Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina, visiting Parkway Hyundai, and I'm checking out a 2019 Hyundai Tucson in the Night Edition. This Tucson is sitting on 245/45 Michelin tires wrapped around 19-inch alloy BBS gloss black wheels. It also has four-wheel disc brakes with ventilated rotors in the front and solid rotors in the back. The name of this color is Gemstone Red, and it's a nice deep, kind of like maroon color, I guess you can say. And here in the front, the center grille is basically a gloss black. Interesting pattern there, surrounded by smoked chrome, and then the emblem is just regular chrome. Now you'll notice it has like this stacked design here. So you have this black portion here separated by body color, then you have another black portion in gloss separated by body color, then you have fog lights with LED accents, and then you have another body colored portion here, and then you're going into your headlights. Now they're a multi-LED projector headlight, really cool, with LED turn signals and LED accents. And the fog lights are powered by regular bulbs, incandescent standard halogen bulbs, but everything else is LED here in the front. Looking at the profile here, you can see that plastic, that flat black plastic goes up around the wheel well and extends here, but typically the purpose of that black plastic is to protect the paint from road debris and stuff. But you notice they have some gloss body colored down here at the very bottom, which is not going to get the benefit of that protective black portion. Bottom of the doors though, and around the wheel wells, will get it. Significantly thicker here in the back. Body colored handles, side mirrors are a gloss black. Then you have the black roof rails and pillars. This is what the proximity key looks like, and it has all the buttons, lock and unlock, the ability to open up the power liftgate, and a panic button. There's also a physical key on the inside. As long as you have it with you, you can lock and unlock the doors by pushing this button here. And there's also a physical key location here on the driver's side only. Inside of the door is pretty much all black except for the handle and the Infinity badging here for the speaker system. But it has soft touch here at the top, here, and here. The rest of it is a hard plastic, even right in here. This is enclosed so you can use it as a pocket, and then you have a bottle holder and storage space there. So threshold manually adjusted cloth seats here for the passenger. Have a little bit of slightly contrast stitching. Some mild pattern there in the center portion. So the dash has this simulated carbon fiber, looking pretty nice. Up here, soft to the touch, hard touch, all in here. There's a glove compartment. It's all smooth plastic on the inside. It has a little place to clip a pen or a tire pressure gauge, something like that. Plenty of leg room, and the seat is quite a ways off the floor, kind of giving you that chair effect. Little storage space there on the side of the center console as well. Inside of the back door, same deal, all black with a soft touch here and here. Everything else is hard touch. Cloth bench seats back here. It does have the latch system for car seats and an armrest with the cup holders. Plenty of leg room back here as well. You do have the rear climate vents. There's also a USB charge port back here. But check it out, it does have a significant hump there on the center portion, so the center passenger will have to deal with that. You have net pockets on the back of both seats and a plastic backing. To tie in with the panoramic sunroof, it does have a black portion back here, as well as the roof rails and a black shark fin antenna. The third brake light is here at the top of the glass, powered by LEDs. It does have a dual exhaust tip, which is looking pretty nice. Backup camera slightly offset right there. Now the taillights are a combination of LED and standard bulbs. Let's go ahead and open up the power lift gate. We just push this button under here and it'll lift up. Alright, so here's your cargo area. Here on the left side is the 12-volt power supply, bag holder, net pocket, and a light. Has some tie downs there on the corners. They're on the sides. There's also a subwoofer back here, which is nice. But overall, really good cargo space back here. I'll put all the specs and dimensions and everything in the description. So basically this right here, you can lift this up if you need a lower load floor. You can change it a little bit. Now you do have the spare tire and tools under here as well. You can probably squeeze a little bit extra stuff around it. But basically you take this, pull it towards you to a certain point and it drops down like so. Then you push it like so and it goes into the alternate load floor. So it's just a little bit lower, just a tiny bit, 2 or 3 inches or whatever. But it could help out in a pinch, depending on how much junk you have underneath it. Now you could fold these seats down one or the other. You can see they split right here. They also recline. So this one's reclined back, this one's in a normal position, depending on your needs as a passenger. But you can fold these down one or the other, maintain passenger space whilst still adding to your cargo space. Or you can fold them both down and really have a wide open cargo space. Lowering the power lift gate, just push this button. It comes right on down. Has a locking fuel door. It's actually locked right now and it locks with the vehicle. So you just push the unlock button on the vehicle and it'll unlock not only the doors, but also the fuel door here on the driver's side. It has a traditional cap, tether, and a place to hang the cap right here on the inside of the door. As long as you have the key inside the vehicle, since it's a proximity system, you just put your foot on the brake and push this button. Here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. You notice the floor mat hooks in place right here in 2 places, so that way it keeps it straight for you. Here's your accelerator and brake pedal with the raised rubber grips, looking pretty nice. And a footrest here on the left side. Let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. To raise the hood, there is a latch a little bit to the right here. Just reach in and lift it up, and then you can raise the hood. It releases it. You can see it right under here, like so. And it does require a prop to hold it up, so there it is. And you swing it up to that little arrow. A good portion of the underside of the hood is insulated. It also has some seals across the front and the back, and here on the sides on top of the large headlight housings. They're massive. You also have the insulated firewall there in the far back. The strut towers are right in here and they're braced in with the unibody structure of the vehicle. So your battery is hidden under here, so it is underneath the hood here. This vehicle is powered by a 2.4 liter gasoline direct injection, the GDI there, 4-cylinder engine, 181 horsepower and 175 pound-feet of torque, paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission. The inside of the driver's side door is just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. All the power windows, you basically have to hold them except for the driver. You can just lift it up and it goes all the way up. Same thing with the down. It's quite fast too. Door lock controls, and then your side mirrors are adjusted here. So the passenger had a manual seat, the driver has a power seat. So you can raise it, lower it, move it forward and back, tilt, and a power lumbar adjustment. To the left of the steering column, you have a dimmer switch for your interior gauges. Your blind spot monitor system has a little indicator light. Lane keep assist button. Traction control is off, is the off button. Default will be on, but you can turn it off here, and then you press and hold that to raise the power liftgate. It also has a tilt and a telescoping steering column that you lock in place here. Okay, sitting in the driver's seat, checking it out. I really like that carbon fiber look. It's pretty cool here on the dash. Have the seat all the way back, all the way down. I'm 6 feet tall, just to give you an idea of how much room is here. I'd probably have to pull it up just a little bit, but overall pretty good. Leather wrap steering wheel with the perforated portion here and smooth at the bottom and top. You see it transitions, looking pretty nice. It's amazing how it just like putting little micro holes in something makes it look different and more pleasing to the eye, I guess. So cruise control is here on the right side. Now this has the adaptive cruise control in which you can set the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you with the radar adaptive cruise control by pushing that button. This button corresponds to the little screen between the gauges. We'll get to that in a minute. Here on the left side, you have your volume for your radio, voice recognition. You can change your audio source here with that mode. Go through your audio tracks or radio stations here, and then you can answer and hang up with your Bluetooth phone controls there. Windshield wiper controls are here on the right side. On the left side is your turn signal and your headlight controls. So you have off, automatic, parking light, and then headlights on. And it has basically a flat portion here so you can index it easier. And then this is your fog lights, but it protrudes on the back side as well. So that way you can do it with both hands, one hand, whatever. So that's pretty neat. Okay, so here's the gauges. Really simple. It has basically a background that's matte black and the white letters popping out. It makes it easy to read and easy to focus on when you transition from the road to the gauges. RPMs with your engine coolant temperature there on the left. On the right side is your speedometer with your fuel gauge. But right there in the center portion you have a digital speedometer, outside temperature, distance to empty, some information there. We can use this button, and when we push this, it cycles through different pages, and then we can use this button to make selections here. So let's go ahead and push it. So you can see it's part of a menu system, 3 tabs there at the top. So the first one, we can scroll, get different information here. The next one, you have different information under that one, vehicle information type. And this is your settings that you can go in and adjust. Push it again, it goes back to the beginning. Okay, so here's your touch screen. It does have physical buttons around the outside. I like that blue background around the knobs as well. It kind of matches the screen. You do have a physical volume knob tuned through the stations. You have a home button here, which will take you to this screen. It has a split between the radio, whatever the device or whatever that's going on. Now there's some customization here as well. You also have kind of like quick access buttons. So we can go on the all menus here. Then you have physical buttons, so if you want to just go straight to the radio instead of finding it on the screen, you do have the physical buttons. You have your presets here on the left side, and it shows you what's playing. And then media, there's nothing plugged in right now, but once you plug in a device to the media sources, basically, then you'll be able to play stuff there. Also, it has the Apple CarPlay Android Auto capability. You will need to have your phone plugged in at all times, so that way it displays on the screen. I have separate videos talking about that if you want to check out, because it's basically the same on each vehicle. Climate control is down here, so you have a driver and passenger temperatures. So it's a dual zone. Your temperatures will show up here, your fan speed, where your air is blowing, it all shows up on the screen, and you can make the selections down here. It also has heated seats. So if there's 3-stage, high, medium, and low. Down here is 2 12-volt power supplies, 180 watts. There's a wireless charger here as well. You just have to make sure you turn it on here. Auxiliary input, USB inputs here. And that's the input that you would need to use your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in. Here's your shifter. Put it in reverse. Backup camera pops up here. It has the active guidelines as well. It is slightly offset. Neutral, drive, and then you can manually adjust the gears by putting it over here and bumping it like a ratchet shifter. You'll know what gear you're in because it'll show up here on the screen. Electronic parking brake is here. Brake hold. So this will actually keep the vehicle from rolling when you're stopped at a stop sign, stoplight, that kind of thing, or stuck in traffic. It'll actually hold the brakes until you push the accelerator and allow you to go. So you don't have to hold the brakes the whole time. And then your drive mode. So when you push that, it just has sport. You'll see a little sport pops up, or normal. So it just goes away when you push it again. There's your cup holders. So the armrest. This is kind of like a vinyl type material. It's rubbery soft. It's not like super cushy soft. Lift it up. Has a little tray that's removable, quite deep. And then you have the abyss. It's basically just a black inside. There's a felt lining in the bottom, but it's just a storage compartment. It's hard to see on camera because it's all dark in there. Rear view mirror is auto dimming. It's actually auto dimming now because I have the shade over the light sensor, which is back here. And then you have your home link garage door opener controls, roadside assistance, and emergency help right there as well. Place to put your shades. Has a super soft interior lining, like the softest I've ever seen in one. And then you have tap lights. All your lights can turn on by pushing that button, or you can have them turn on with the door by pushing that button. This is for your sunroof. We'll get to that in a minute. The visors have mirrors, big mirrors, and lights. Little clip there. They also slide out. And they feel like they're like a vinyl over like a padded material. Okay, so the sunroof. It's the panoramic sunroof. Goes all the way back. Massive sunroof. So the shade, luckily, covers up 100% of the light. So there's no light coming in. So let's go ahead and push that back gently, and the shade will open up. Look how big that is. That's crazy. It's a lot bigger than... And that back portion is fixed, but this portion moves, and look how big that is. So let's go ahead and tilt it up. Tilt it down. And let's go ahead and move it back. See how far back it goes. Okay, so it doesn't go all the way back, but it goes back pretty far. Okay, so while we're looking this way, let's look at the visibility. So it does have significant pillars back there, but it does have the windows, kind of between the pillars to help out. Of course, the backup camera, parking sensor, blind spot detection system, all that stuff helps out. So the blind spot monitor indicators are here on the side mirrors. You can see those. Okay, so thank you for watching. Thank you to Parkway Hyundai here in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I'll see you guys next time.